try to hide that scar.
What you say, come on, and what you say now?
I don't really care about that thing.
Just what?
Just get involved.
Like that, take it down one more time.
Boy, you making me feel so real. Just get involved.
Like that, one more time. What you say now? What?
Every time I take you around, friends,
Come on, time I take you around, friends.
I catch them looking at your love.
Looking at your love, looking at
People, how are we doing? Hope everyone is doing well on this What It Do Wednesday edition of CertaPro Painters presents Montez at midday. I hope everyone is doing well, and we already know how I feel about the weather already, don't we? We already know how we feel about the weather that is happening right now in the St. Louis and surrounding weather. Say it with me, people. You already know what's on my mind. Say it with me. What could possibly be on my mind right now if I think about what's going on outside right now? What could possibly be going on outside right now? That is it right now. Somebody should be getting the grill together. Am I right? Somebody should have the grill going right now. Getting the plan together. Got something on the ice in the cooler. Something needs to be going on. I miss those days of those spontaneous daytime cookouts. I'm talking the cookout that starts before 2 p.m. on a weekday, huh? But it is hump day, people. It is definitely hump day. That means we're almost there. We're in the home stretch to close out the week. Yes, we are. Let's get those high fives going across the building. High fives out there for everyone. Chest bump that thing. Let's hug it on out. Oh yeah. 2 times now. 2 times. Oh yeah. There you go. Oh. It's just something about those self-hugs. They feel so inspiring and uplifting, and it motivates you. It gets the engine going. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. If you're celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you're celebrating, you've been in your own place for 3 months, you haven't missed a car payment this year, you stayed on path, you stayed on track, you're achieving your weekly goals, you're feeling good about yourself, sobriety's going great for you. You've risen your credit score over 100 points, you've lost the weight you need to lose, the relationship is going fine, you've been in for 90 days. Congratulations, you deserve it for sure. And to the rest of us that need that little push that everything's going to be all right, you got this. Don't worry about it, baby. Everything goes through this. It's just life throwing you obstacles to make sure that you're prepared to handle something that's much bigger and greater coming your way. We have to say these things daily before we leave the house. In the mirror, you can be clothed, you can be naked, however you feel. Say these in the mirror. Let it go. Stay calm. It's on you. Give it time. Ignore them. Don't compete. And laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, shame on you. Nobody has figured this thing of life out correctly. Nobody has played the game correctly. We're all learning as we go. There's no expert at this thing. We're all novice at this point in this thing. That's why we got to listen and stick together for sure. Very important words, powerful words, if we just go ahead and follow the guidelines. Before we get into the show today, I want to put out a little message out there to the people, of the people, by the people, because we are what? I'm here for the people. If you are over the age of 40, I want you to get in here. If you're over the age of 40, get in here. And you own a business, you are in position to make marketing and advertising decisions. Get in here. I want you to get in here. If you're over 40 and a business owner, and you are the person responsible for marketing and the advertisement of your business, get in here real quick. Get in here. Get in here. Especially if you are afraid of technology. You're the people that need to hear this. If you're over 40 and you are in position that you operate the control and the means and the financial needs for your marketing and advertising, but you are afraid of technology. We want to know why. You know how hard it is to explain to somebody that owns a business that's very successful in what they do, but needs to figure out marketing and advertising. You ever talked to these people before that are afraid of technology? It is the scariest shit in the world. To tell a person that's afraid of technology to hit a link, or you got to download this app just for this purpose only. You can remove it after you're done. You know how hard that is? You ever talk to someone that's over 40 that's afraid of technology? It is the scariest shit in the world you go through. It is. I can't explain it. How do you own a smartphone, smart television, iPhone, afraid of social media for your business? You make one post a month. You don't engage in anything that concerns your business, but your business is in a social media type of platform. But you don't want to engage, and you're wondering why. We need someone out here to teach these folks that are over 40 that own businesses that are about to fail because they are afraid of technology. It is scary to have these conversations with people out there like that. What happened that you are afraid of technology? I mean, there are people that do not know how to send an email. They don't understand the concept of what a link means, to hit the link or share the link. Or the only way you can be a part of the video is go through the link. No, it's not Zoom. No, it's not FaceTime. It's a version of the app that we're using for the platform to promote your show. And if you own it and you need to be on it, don't be afraid to hit the link. It's not trying to invade your privacy. Don't need your credit card information, where you live at, nothing. Just position your phone, laptop, or tablet in a position where you can be seen, or your product or your goods or services are seen. That's it. That is at least a 3-hour conversation talking to a person over 40. And the reason I know this, I'm meeting other people that are having the same issues and struggle of getting that conversation, of finding that common ground barrier of communication, of explaining how to understand advertising on the internet. I don't. How did you get this far? I mean, who sold you the cell phone, for one? We did a message on this a few years ago when folks kept buying their grandparents' iPhones and they didn't know how to use them. Stop it. Stop it. Stop buying people stuff that you know they don't know how to use or feel comfortable using it. Stop saying it's so easy, even a kid could use it. Just think about what you're saying to a person over 40. Just think about that. We're not dumbing it down. We're not judging who's right or who's wrong. But you got to understand, a person over 40 and a kid 5 years old today, that's a different language barrier right there. A kid over 5, yes, they can operate technology better than today's 40-year-old. Yes, they can. Fact proven. Big facts. But that 40-year-old, they know a different way that could come in handy. But we got to fix that language barrier with people over the age of 40 that are afraid of smart phones, smart televisions, and the internet, that own a business, that are in position to do marketing and advertising. It just doesn't make sense at all. We got to figure out a better way to connect those. That's not two worlds. Those are 9 different countries. Talk to somebody that has a smartphone, an iPhone, and a smart TV that don't know how to use it. Is the most frightening thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Well, enough about that, kids. It's Wednesday, and it's your boy Dray Montz, and we're bringing you another exciting episode of Certa Pro Painters. Oklahoma City, let's let the professionals do the work, whether it's residential or commercial. Speaking of OKC, I'm planning my trip now. I'm in the early stages of the itinerary. OKC, the DRE coming. I'm on the way. I'm heading that way next month. We already know. Here's the crazy part. I already know I'm going there to purchase an entire outfit for October when I turn double nickel. Talking about planning ahead. Get me some bootcut jeans, shirt, belt buckle, and the cowboy hat. We're going full Western this October. Yes, we are. Oh, man, you see, this smile has been very hard to come by. What transpired yesterday just didn't go as planned. Being prepared is what we're going to talk about here in this episode. Being prepared in this first segment. Yesterday was Horse Hooky Tuesday over at the horse track in Fairmount, Illinois, at Fairmount Park in Illinois, Collinsville, Illinois. It was the first horse hooky race of the 2025 season. But there have been some renovations, there's been some adjustments, excitement in the air. Paved the parking lot, got a casino now, did some additions, did a lot of takeaways. Place looks good, first time going over there since the new additions. I've seen the pictures on the internet, but they didn't give away that much. I like the way they set it up. Get over here to see it. We're not going to show you everything on the internet. We want you to be here. I agree with that. But before I get into what happened, let's rewind the clock a little bit because it is Wednesday and way back Wednesday edition. I used to be a corporate trainer in the service industry. I used to travel and open up stores. I mean, I would train the front of the house staff, servers or bartenders or a hostess. I was the person that trained these people. Training these people to open up a new store. So you're dealing with folks who've never used a restaurant keypad before, possibly their first job. People haven't been in the industry in a while but kind of know. So you're giving all these different backgrounds and all this, and you're trying to get them prepared and trained to operate the store under the policies and procedures of said company I used to work for. And you know the demographics of the area where you're opening up the store. So you kind of get a breakdown of what to expect as you're getting prepared for the grand opening. So, of course, you overstaff because you can never be underprepared when you're doing an opening. So you overstaff people. So if you ever notice of a brand new restaurant, why there's so many people here, that's what they do. They overstaff. Then they cut it down as the store moves along. Within 6 months, you're pretty much where you want to be. So let's get back to yesterday over at the track. New situation. Track looks good. Now, I normally don't gamble on the first race. I chill, feel things out. By the way, shout out to my homie B with the beard and to the Wolf for driving yesterday. Great time. Saw some people I hadn't seen since last year. Haven't been to the horse track as much as I wanted to the past 2 seasons because I have friends, because I don't drive anymore due to the vision issue, that are off on Tuesdays but lazy, don't want to go anywhere, or they have to work. And I refuse to pay $75 to catch a vehicle ride over there and back. So that's $150 to go to the horse track. So no. But I've made ways now and moves to go a lot often this year. So I'm with the B with the beard and the Wolf yesterday. And you get there, you can walk right in if you're not gambling, if you're not drinking. Walk right on in. Little baby son of a bitch is included too. You can go. Kids are welcome. Get them over there. See all the bad habits of grandma and grandpa. And then we get to checking out the place. It looks like got the casino and all this. But something we noticed in the casino was a little odd. There was one bar. And then there was one bartender. Something was something right there. I should have known something was up right there. But no. The DRE and me, no. Maybe some people coming in, they going to come in every 30 minutes. I don't know. But there's an alarming amount of security, like a lot of security. There's a lot of security there. Notice that. So now, go place the bet. Not really thinking of it because I had a formula. I'm going to place 2 bets at one time, try something different this year. But I'm noticing that there's something odd in the line. It's not moving as crisp as it used to. It used to move with speed and precision. It was something beautiful. But something is off. And I'm hearing the chatter of the people in front of me with disappointment as well. So I finally get up there to place my 2 bets. She couldn't understand what I was trying to say. And then she proceeded to say that this is a new system that they have. I'm sorry, it's going to take me a little time. So I get my first bet in with less than a minute to spare. She didn't have time to put my second bet in. So I get my first bet in. Get back to my seats. I said I didn't have time to put 2 bets in. I only did 1 bet. So I win. I win on the first bet. Never won on the first bet, never. Now it's time to go get some fuel, some beer. Time to go get liquored up. My, oh my. This line was at an unprecedented distance of length. There's only one beer tender. Then a second one comes on, but the beer is slowly depleting. Then the beer cans are disappearing. They got sold out of 2 beers while we're in line. I'm in line so long, I can't make the bet on race 2. By the time I go drop off the beer and look at the book to get ready to make my third bet, to make a third bet, attempt to, the chatter is getting louder on what's going on at the park. And then we see the hot dogs. I don't know. They always say men are always concerned about size. This was not a hot dog, people. It may have been a little bit bigger than a Vienna sausage. No shitting you, for $2. I don't know what happened. The hot dogs didn't look like that last year. There was no draft beer at all. The weather was fantastic. They were still doing the parking lot earlier. I'm just wondering, did someone miss a memo? Did someone forget to send out the email for the employee meeting? Was the company at fault for delivering the software, the equipment they needed to place the bets in an effective, timely manner? Was there some confusion on where the line starts on the inside, outside of the casino? Whose idea was it on the hot dogs? I mean, what? After being there, I don't think what we experienced yesterday can be fixed in 1 week. This is going to take some time. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not mad at Fairmount Horse Track. I just think they were overwhelmed and nobody really understood what was going on. You had a grand opening for the casino. You have a sports book over there. And it was the opener for Horse Hooky Tuesday. And you did all these renovations. Nobody thought of a backup plan. You ran out of food, pizza and dogs. You ran out of beer. This was all before the 4th race. I could only make 1 bet yesterday. So in my mind, looking at my book, if I was able to place all 4 of my bets, first race, second race, third race, and 4th race, I would have won all 4. I would have won in every race yesterday. But due to the fact I couldn't place my bets, only was able to place 1 bet. You can't gamble when you're mad and frustrated. So it was what? It was time to leave. Being prepared goes a long way. I don't know if you ever been a part of a grand opening or a shoe release at a Foot Locker. Uh, a very popular movie coming out at a movie theater. Back in the day when people went to the movie theaters, your manager had to have the right people on the floor, your strong people on the floor. Again, I'm not saying I went to the track every damn week, but I went to the track enough to know that I saw a lot of new faces yesterday. A lot of new. I don't know what the training program is like. I don't understand the software they were using, but I know that there is a process when new software is implemented into the industry. The company I work for, they put a whole new system in all of their stores overnight. The managers, all the managers, and all of your key hourly managers and your trainers all had to do a 12-hour video to explain the next day on how to use this system. So there was somebody standing by each computer to help people bring up food. That's how it went, and there was no problems. If you had somebody standing by that has experience how to use this, it made it easier. There was no margin for error. You can't shut down all those restaurants just to train people how to use a particular software. It was a method to the madness, and I think the boat was missed on that big time yesterday at the track. But I'm going back because I love the ponies and I love the whole look of it. The track looked beautiful yesterday. The new television in the middle of the field. I mean, it was a lot of ups yesterday, a lot of ups. The downs just really just took away from the enthusiasm that is usually surrounded with being at the track. Observing the beautiful outfits on the women, the impressive shoe game that the men brought to the table. All of that, the women that had the sundresses on and the foots out, had the foots done. I appreciate that. Shout out to the Wolf. I'm not going back for the night races. I'm not going back next Tuesday. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until May 6th. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a couple of weeks. I'm going to wait. But I got to go back because I've never won on the first race. And according to the picks I made in my book, my cheat book, I would have won the first 4 races. There's no telling what we would have done today. Strip club or not, I would have celebrated. I'm not saying it, hey, to say, oh, boo, boo, shame on you, horse track. No, they just missed the boat. They just missed it. I give you several stories I tried to tell people about things, and they missed the boat on it. There was a particular place in Soulard that planned an event for fried chicken. And the area that he had, I said to him, I think you need to open up the other lot. He said, you think it's going to get that crowded? I was like, the Cardinals are not here. There's nothing else going on in St. Louis. It's beautiful outside. It's going to be crowded. 2 hours later, they running around like they're the Titanic about to hit the iceberg. I'm like, I tried to tell you. I was working for this restaurant that I used to travel for. Old young smart-ass manager, think he know everything. I said to him prior to leaving for the day, I looked at the floor chart. I'm like, I don't think that's strong enough for what's going on tonight, sir. He said, Dre, that's why I'm the manager. I said, I understand it, but I don't understand that the movie that's opening next door, it's big. Dre, it's not going to be. We got this. The next day I come into work. Because I didn't work nights. No, I didn't work nights or weekends. No, that's not my lifestyle. That's not why I'm here. The next day I go into work, I get the biggest apology ever. And the GM told me, say, I heard you tried to tell him that, the floor chart wasn't right, but he told you that you're not the manager. I got this, Dre. I said, yeah. But I never said anything. Like, I'm not going to tell you what he did, but the moral of the story is, just be prepared. Understand what you're getting yourself into. How we doing today, folks? It is Wednesday. It is What It Do Wednesday. It's your boy, Dray Montz. And tomorrow's a big day for our NFL fans out there. Whether your team won the Super Bowl, went to the playoffs, just missed the playoffs, didn't even participate last year, or maybe you forgot you had an NFL team. All of that is out the window because the draft is something special. The way the players are selected, the process of it, the fashion, the treatment of the commissioner, Mel Kiper Jr.'s stories, the untold stories we're going to hear about, the forgotten name we found about, that kid that's not on our favorite college football team, but it's something about this kid, and we're going to follow him, those type of things. And then also the expectations and the hits and misses we're going to see. What do we want for our team? As a Denver Bronco fan, I want a running back. I want a running back with that 20th pick. Make it make sense. I think in the offseason, my Broncos did what any sensible person do. You go out there and find what you need on the wish list of free agency. We went out there and got the people that we need to complete this puzzle. I've talked to Sean Payton 5 times since he's been with the Broncos. I haven't talked with Bo Nix yet. I shall be chatting with Bo Nix hopefully over the weekend about moving forward with Bronco Nation and orangeandblue.com. But for the rest of the league and the stories, the rumors leading up to the NFL, it's worse than the soap operas in the 70s. It's worse than your family gospel about your cousin Kiki, the one that's always in trouble. It's worse than that. If you really dive into these NFL rumors, who comes up with this shit? Where they get these from? These NFL rumors are crazy. But any sensible person that knows how this machine operates, the NFL, the no-fun league, where the grown folk play at, when to turn it off. If you want to play in the NFL, certain things you cannot do anymore. My number one thing is you can't go back home no more. You can't go back home and visit the old neighborhood. Can't go hang out in the old hood no more. Them days are over. You can't be associated with the dangers of the people because now you are what? A commodity. You're a valuable investment for the future earnings of an NFL football team. You got to keep that in mind. Wherever you go, you are what, kids? A target. You're an attraction. So we must do what? Make wise decisions. We're not trying to tell you not to be you, but you got to understand what comes along with it. Give yourself a refresher course. Everybody always wants to watch the movie The Draft with Kevin Costner to get them in the mood, or Any Given Sunday to get them in the mood. How about you watch a 30 for 30 when an athlete lost every damn thing because they didn't use common sense? Watch something like that to keep you on track. But on the other hand, all the hard work, all the crying, all the pain, this is what it is about. 'Twas the night before the NFL draft. One of the biggest stories around the league is what's going on with the Sanders family. When you're a child of a former athlete that was a household name, and we as fans hear that the child is picking up daddy's footprints, we instantly in our head say, if he anything like his daddy, he going to be something else. That's right there. Then if they play another position, I would do the same thing. I wouldn't want to play in the secondary either if I was Deion kid. This is what us people do at home. When they announce they got a kid on the way, we instantly say, well, it'd be nice if he played some football. Why? Why do we always want athletes that were good? Why do we always want their kids, their offspring, to play sports? Why do we want that? Why, when we have kids, the first thing we do is put a little slugger head on them and say, future athlete right there. Huh? Or put a dress on your dog. Oh, look at my princess right there. Why? We already putting titles on the folk. Not saying I'll ever want this to happen, but if I ever was in position to produce another child, we're not wearing clothes for the first 3 years. Think about it. Clothing for newborns is stupid. It's stupid. You just wearing a blanket first 3 years of your life. But we always want to label people. And then we tell people how to raise their kid. We ain't even raise our own the right damn way. Now everybody want to raise the kid. First you're telling us kids are turning out this way because there's no daddy in the home. Then when the daddy's in the home and the daddy's involved in the kid life, then we criticize that. No, you're doing too much. Make up your mind. This is not a movie we can click our heels and become a parent of a child that's about to go in the NFL and we're coaching in the NFL. We can't take on that role. All we can do is sit back and observe. I would give my kid advice about going to work for a company I used to work for, the NFL. They have heard the banter around the house. They picked up on things when you work for these people. So the ear hustle, the common sense, the knowledge, the grown folk conversation, the business conversation, the dad to future athlete conversation, all different scenarios have probably happened when former athletes that were household names has a child about to turn pro. I think they've covered every basis of a conversation they could possibly have, especially parents of color, especially the minority parent. That conversation has to be totally different. That always watching you and be careful, that must be directly talked about because we see it every year, whether they're young, middle-aged, or away from the game. It comes back to that whole phrase, common sense. Common sense. But the rumor mill is just crazy. I have been trying since November to get my buddy on that used to play in NFL and to really break down the interview process that you do after you go to the NFL Combine. There's an interview process. I want to bring him on the show, and I want him to break down what goes on during the Combine, after the Combine, and the process that we don't see in getting prepared for the draft. It's some wild shit going on. It's like when ESPN the magazine released in day-by-day breakdown the negotiations of Manny Ramirez going to the Boston Red Sox. That was crazy. If teams are willing to do that to get a player, to put them in position to win a championship, that was over 15 years ago. Can you imagine what owners are doing today to get the edge, to get the advantage, to get the player that they want to win a championship, especially in the NFL, especially for a franchise that hasn't won in a long time? They would do anything by any means necessary. We hear it all the time from people yelling out in the sports bar, I would do anything for my team to win. Can you imagine if you had $1 billion and you were able to make that phrase come true? I would do anything to get this player. They will lie, cheat, and steal. They will. Winning is making judgment get tested in all major sports. As we're just now starting the NBA playoffs, have you peeped the tension in the NBA playoffs? We're in the first week of the playoffs and they beefing already. I don't know what's going on with Ant-Man. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. I don't know what's going on in his lifestyle. We already know he paid his child support up front for the 18 years. All right, paid that up front. Paid up front. People are applauding. Oh, that's what a real man do. I don't know about all that. But my thing is, he got into it with a fan sitting on the scores table, arguing with the fan, then grabs his man unit. What is Ja Morant? Instead of you practicing in-game celebrations, how about you, in the offseason, work on a mid-range jumper? How about that? How about that? How about that? And that body language got to go. Milwaukee. How can a player average 38 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists, and you 0-6 in those games when Giannis does that? What's going on in Milwaukee? Where they done gave Giannis everything he wanted. He got the coach he wanted. He got his brother on the team. He went and got Dame. They gave this man everything he wanted. He even got the bag. Eats his favorite food. Got it delivered for a whole year. Awesome documentary. Talking about a guy that can't play without his family. Watch Giannis' documentary. Watch it. Watch it. Just watch that documentary. You can tell his whole game changes when his family is present and when his family is not present. But they're going to blame Giannis if Milwaukee gets bounced from the first round. They're going to blame him. I don't understand how team sports can blame one person. I don't get that. In the NBA, when a team is going down, even with my Lakers, anytime something going on with the Lakers, LeBron James, the king or the GOAT, LeBron James, every time the way they win, how they lost, who they lost to, when they lost, point differential, LeBron James. The only thing I have to say LeBron James, 2, the do-rag and the flopping. Why are you flopping? The flopping has gotten so bad, it's affecting AAU. Flopping has gotten so bad, it's affecting AAU. When I was a kid playing Little League Baseball, a player did something. I was watching the game with my dad. He said, boy, you better not ever do that playing baseball. I better not ever catch you doing that playing baseball. You don't do what they do, what you see on TV. I'm getting yelled at. And I did nothing wrong. I was just watching baseball with the old man. And he took it upon himself to go ahead and give me a footnote. Boy, if you ever do that. But I didn't think the tone was warranted. I would have taken, if you ever do that, it's going to be consequence. I'd have taken that other than just yelling at me for something that a grown man did on TV that I had nothing to do with. But this flopping in the NBA, especially by household name players, little kids are doing it. I don't know what's going on with the Clippers. Kawhi not Leonard. He's about that life. Detroit Pistons scared the living hell out of me. If that team knew how good it was. My youngest son, Tim, he was pointing it out to me. Pop, watch out for Detroit. If they don't get it this year, they're going to get the pieces that they need. Next year, they're going to be something to test with. I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And please, with the Jason Tatum talk, what does he call? He can be a killer, but he's just too soft to be the face of the NBA. What does that mean? I don't get the verbiage on Jason Tatum when it comes to that barbershop water cooler talk conversation on, the NBA needs a face for the league. Why can't the NBA be the face of the league? The entire league. Push the entire league. You don't want to be Wemby. You don't want to be Joker. Steph too old. LeBron too old. Ja and Ant-Man don't want it. So what's the dealio? And why no one, when it comes to NBA analysts, the professionals are picking who could possibly win the championship or meet up in the finals, why are people afraid to talk about Cleveland and Oklahoma City? I don't get that. I had no idea that Oklahoma City bench was that damn good. Those are the things you learn about right there. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much. We've already discussed being prepared, discussing what happened yesterday over at the horse track for Horse Hooky Tuesday. Also, today is also twas the night before the NFL draft. What are you expecting for your team? Any highs and lows, any puns out there you want to throw at a player? Let me know. Also, playoff tension in the NBA. We just got done discussing. They're beefing all across the land. All right, next up on the docket, NIL decisions. You know, what happened with Nico leaving from Tennessee to transfer to UCLA? He wanted to increase his NIL from $2.2 million. He wanted to get near the $4 million range, and then allegedly he was going to North Carolina in discussion of $2.3 million, but allegedly his dad got in the way of negotiations, and that didn't go the way they wanted to. So allegedly, he signed on with UCLA for $1.9 million, but after California taxes, looking like he's only going to bring home about $919,000 allegedly. Now his brother has decided, after signing an NIL deal at Arkansas, if you're scoring at home, has decided to leave Arkansas and head to UCLA to join his brother. Here's my thing. On these NIL decisions, are the parents involved in this? What do parents say? Is the guardian around? Are this strictly just on the child? Are they doing this themselves? Where's the representation? What are we looking for? Where's the low part? Where's the ceiling? Where's the middle point? What are we going in looking for? What are we bringing to the table as a player? What do we want from these NIL people? I need more. I'm tired of seeing the money. I want to know who was in the room. How did we get here? Just because you're in the portal, people, and college football fans, don't mean these kids in the portal trying to get NIL money. Not everybody is getting NIL money. Keep that in mind. Name, image, and likeness, not everyone is getting these deals. And we've already found out when it comes to payment, not everyone has received their payment because no one is paying attention to what? The verbiage. You got people out here making NIL deals on handshakes. Where are the parents? Where the parents at? What them people at that's in the stands fighting the referees? Where them people at? Huh? Where your Uncle Ray at? Huh? Where your favorite aunt at? Where Mr. Jeff at down the street? Where are the people at that supposedly got your best interests at heart or in these decisions where we're not hearing one side of the story? Are these kids lazy? We're not teaching them responsibility. This is not the way you get ready for life. When things are not working out, you just transfer. Let us hear the other side of the story. I know you date my boy, but I don't want to hear just your version of what happened in the relationship. I got to hear his side too. I'm not taking nobody's side, but damn. You got everybody, 75% of the people are pissed off at the kids when they come to the portal transfer and NIL deals being exposed. Let us hear the whole situation before I make my judgment on them. This could be a tough one here. A lot of people going through this right now. When it comes to relationships, it's tough out here. It is tough. Yeah, the heart knows what it wants. Your hormones know who you want and shouldn't be with. Your brain is on a whole nother operating system. The human body and mindset when it comes to relationship is in an awkward position. People. Nobody is sticking to their list. Nobody are understanding the rules of a breakup. No longer together. Nobody is honoring the system. The lies have got to stop. If you like somebody, follow through. The phrase, I want to marry my best friend, stop saying that. Because when your friend make a move on you to sleep with you, you say, we can't do that, we're friends. Make up your mind. with these professional athletes. We just assume, just because we hear about the money, we think us folk a certain type of way about them. We see a professional athlete in a photo or a video in a compromising position at an apartment complex. First thing we say, why is he messing with somebody in an apartment complex? We see somebody with a whole lot of money, been playing the game very well, got a whole lot of kids out of here by a whole bunch of women. We see him in a situation. We automatically pass judgment. All that money he got, he shouldn't be blah, blah, blah. We automatically go there. And here's the one that gets it for me. Why do so many men have shows talking about women to women on how women should act? We need a man show where men talk to each other about men shit. Women have shows, they talk to women about women things. We don't have a show when men talk about men stuff. We talk about dumb shit on these men platforms. Lifestyle, envy, drugs, and conquering women. We're not getting to the gist of the problem of the issue and a discussion. We're not having those barbershop conversations anymore. We're having the wildest conversations you can think of on these men-only platforms. We're not discussing the real gist of the situation. Athlete after athlete, entertainer after entertainer keeps getting in the same situation that Shannon Sharpe has found himself in. We can't tell people with money what to do. Millionaires nor billionaires, let them live their life. If they want to chase young, we all know when you date young, they are a little cray-cray. They're a little wild. They're a little wiry. We know that. We've been knowing this from day one about them. Dating older women, dating older men. Every criteria, age demographic has something. There is no perfect demographics. When people say, well, you need to date somebody your own age, what the hell that mean? Not everybody that's the same age acted like, got the same same energy, same goals, same lifestyle. No, I know people 50 go to bed at 6 p.m. I know people 25 go to bed at 6 p.m. Not everybody's the same. So again, we see these entertainers and athletes getting in trouble. First thing we say, well, she may mess with them young girls anyway. She may mess with them type of women anyway. Need to stay in your lane. Maybe that's his lane. Maybe that's what they like. Maybe that's what they into. If you into promiscuous women, fine. I bet you're never in a bad mood. If you only like a certain size of woman, that's on you. You like a certain type of guy, that's on you. But stick to the list. If you want to know why you're miserable, look at your list and look who you're with. Do it in slow motion. Look at that list. I want somebody tall, outgoing, goal-oriented, has a driver's license, has a relationship with his parents, and you meet a closeted black sheep of the family with social issues, but you in love. Explain that to me. It's not on the list. And then the minute there's something wrong, you repost the list and say, well, I don't know why I was wasting my time with that anyway. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. It don't make sense to me. Since I've been listening to my male and female friends a lot here lately, what they tell me about what they're looking for out here in this world, and I see who they with, I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. You had a bad day, and this here, he didn't want me to listen, man, she tripping, all this. When the last time you looked at your list, Bob? Michelle, when the last time you looked at your list? And you just settling out here right now. You just settling out here right now. Okay. You just settling. Okay. Settling will get you. We keep saying that time is the most precious thing and the most valuable thing that we have, and so many of us just waste it. We're wasting time. Pay attention to your list. Stick to your list. Shannon Sharp, I guess we got to follow this thing so it all works out. But those text messages, videos, and everybody has something in their cell phone right now. Yes, some of y'all got something in your cell phone right now. If someone saw it or read it or listened to it, we may have to get a lawyer. We don't know why we have things like that in our phone, why we let people send stuff like that, why we into stuff like that. That's another show. That's a kink show right there. I don't think I can handle doing a kink show. I don't think y'all can handle me doing a kink show. I don't think y'all can handle it at all. Tell you one thing I can't handle. The drama of baseball season, it's been giving us each and every week. It's been something new and different. But one thing that never changes is the St. Louis Cardinal fan base. They have the best GMs in the country. We have more general managers and ownership groups than any team in Major League Baseball history, according to social media. Partners are playing right now as we're taking on the Atlanta Braves right now. You know I love me some day baseball. You know I love me some day baseball. That is like one of my favorites is day baseball. It is, you meet some of the best people. You have some of the great discussions. And there's some great places to go catch some day baseball at too, just to sit there with the right baseball-minded people and get a little love of the feel of day baseball. It is one of the best. Whether you go to Tower Pub in South City, Friendly's in South City, the Soulard area, Jack Nolan's, baby. Get on Jack Nolan. I got that smash burger. Smash it on up. Right there for you. Or as well as Hammerstone's. Got you covered. If you're on the Bell Vegas side, got the Office Lounge for you to stop on by. Tavern on Main, margaritas, huh? Something for everyone. Pour 322 at Grim and Gorley as well. Got you covered. And for that sweet tooth, how about the Candy Bar? Entertainment for you. Oh, yeah, I got the Lincoln Movie Theater. And also for my comic book lovers out there, I got Bigfoot Comics as well. So got something for everyone. The kids, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're going to get out of here. Leave you with a couple of thoughts all today. Let's be prepared. Take notes. Be prepared. Don't forget the details of the day. Also, make a list and stick to your list. Keep yourself happy. Keep yourself happy. You are the most important thing, and I tell women this all the time. You are the star. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in and watching the pregame show on TikTok. Dray Montz 63. Thank you so much. Shout out to the folks tuning in here on the studio version platform of mycityMymusic.com. Dray Montz. Hello, YouTube, and hello to Facebook and Instagram and X as well. Thank you all for tuning into the show. And until next time, which will be Friday, same time, same back channel, is we'll recap what happened in the draft on Friday's show, Fist Pump Friday edition, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until next time, kids, I'll see you later, and thanks again for tuning into the show. Peace, and we out. All right, good folks, let's get some music going, get on up out of jail. And we're going to let you folks get on out there and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. But again, thank you all for tuning into the show. Get on out there with some music the right way.